All right, hello everybody. Let me share my screen and we shall get started. I'm not turning on my video because you know what I look like and because there's no need to see me in this video. So, lots of clicks. All right, here we go. All right, we are in coursework and you know this meanness at the top. Don't use AI, period. Don't use AI, period. Don't use AI, period. Okay? You've already read this. We're in week 1. This is just a let's go do it video. And it says, do that one, do that one, do that one, and then do this one. Let's look at this one. It says read the chapter. This is the video. All right, work the in-chapter steps, and then I will have one HTML file named as instructed in the book, and we're going to submit it here. And below it says the assignment is due at that day and time, but it will stay open until that day and time, and it tells you what that means. And I didn't leave a blank line in there between these, and you know what? That's okay. This is just getting started with the software, getting used to it, making sure everybody has the book, stuff like that. Grading rubric is at the bottom. And it says the whole thing is worth 10 points. What did I do? What did I do? The whole thing is worth 10 points, and then it does not add up down here. Watch this. This is the back side of Blackboard. Let's go in and edit it because apparently I can't add. Okay. This is what it looks like. See, now a while ago, it didn't have that blank line there, but it does here. We're just not going to look at it because some things aren't worth it. I'm going to take this let's do 9, and let's do this one just 1. Does that sound pretty good? Now it adds up to 10. Everything down below, due date. You know, my head. Let's go in and make sure everything's okay. Let's look up above. What I did is I opened up a new browser tab. And it says that it is worth 20 points. Well, so let's go do 2. And then let's do 18. 18, 19, 20, right? Goodness, what a way to start the semester. Okay, 18, 19, 20. There we go. Still do that time. Now it's worth 20 points. You can submit it unlimited times. The last graded attempt will be your actual score. It is available. Sometimes we forget to mark that. It is available and it closes on that day. We are theoretically good to go. I'm going to collapse things so that I see only what we're working on because apparently I need that. Okay. Is it better now? 18, 19, 20. Okay. It says work the in-chapter steps. So let's just go do that. All right. I have the book. I see on page, I don't know, page VII, where it lists all the chapters, you have an Appendix A HTML quick reference at the end of the book. Those, that's actually pretty handy. But let's just go through. And let's go straight to the let's do it, because this chapter was pretty intensive and it did lots of overall overviewing. Chapter 1 in your textbooks normally contains a lot more broad information than the following chapters do. So we're just going to get straight to it. Talks about HTML, different things. You actually have lots of exposure to HTML. You may not realize it. Let me show you what I mean. Let's go to Murray's website. Here is the homepage. All right. We can see that we have sections and we have sections and we have sections, but watch this. Right click on a blank spot. Well, just right click on anything and go down to view page source. See this? HTML. And at the very top is what we're about to be doing. HTML. All right, so let's go and let's look at, say, Amazon.com. Obviously, I go there quite often because it popped right up. Now let's just right click and do View Page Source. Does it have it here? No, but it has Inspect. It pops up some stuff over the right. That is not what I wanted. Is there a blank space I can click on? Blank. Now I have a View Page Source. Okay, very top starts the same way we're about to do it. See? HTML. See, you knew what HTML was. You just didn't realize that you knew it. Let's go back here. On page 28, you chose and you completed that assignment. And now we are on page 31. Now I'm using the Notepad++ because it will match the steps in the textbook. If you chose a different editor, you're still going to have line 1, line 2, line 3. Okay? I have Notepad++. See down there? I installed it. And it is, I don't use the search, I actually scroll. Notepad++. Multiple ways to get where we're going, right? All right. Now, again, I'm on page 31 now. See how my 1 at the top left looks really big? So what I did was I had zoomed in because when I first opened it, default was itty bitty up here, and I don't like the itty bitty. So I'm just going to zoom in, and the way I do it is the control key on my keyboard, and then I'm using the rollerball on my mouse. You can also do control plus plus plus, control minus minus minus, but I'm going to zoom in so that we can see it better. All right, we've started it. We're on page 2, and I'm just going to type what it says. I'm not going to read the stuff to you. You're just going to get to watch me do it. Okay. And I'm going to use capitals the way they did, even though generally it probably doesn't matter. Okay. Let's declare the language. Yep. You should experiment, after you finish this, you should experiment by changing the language and see what happens. Okay, 3. Yep, right? The further we go, the more explaining I'll do and the more talking, but this time it's just a simple do. We're here. Now we're on line 4 and I'm on page 33. Okay, so I didn't have the wavy underline. That's okay. My computer apparently is smart. I'm going to tab over. I'm not going to go space, 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 space. I'm going to tab, right? And that closes. Yep, line 5. Meta character set equals, and it's okay if you have no freaking clue what any of this stuff means. You have the internet search for a reason, and when we're done, you'll know what this stuff means. Okay, now if I hit enter, it's just going to be indented. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit backspace. Closing the head, see, slash is closed. Blank line, start the body, close the body. Now I'm going to hit enter and autofill or autocomplete, and here we go. So let's look. I'm on page 33. Let's compare. Line 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are indented, not inserted. 6, 8, and 9, and 11. It looks pretty good. And on page 33 in the middle, it tells us stuff. Now let's flip over onto page 34 and let's go back up. We're going to click right here and it's called My First Web Page. And these are actual words in normal human eye written type. That's why we leave spaces here. Yep, looks pretty good. Okay, now it says after the opening body, and hit enter twice. And we're going to insert a paragraph, and I'm going to indent it. And like the book says, the computer doesn't need us to space anything out. The computer doesn't need us to put this on different lines or anything else like that. The way we space it out, the formatting is for human eyes to make it easier to read. Okay, line 10, I indented. It is the paragraph format. There, I can just hit tab or enter. And then let's end the paragraph. Yep, with another blank line. All right. On page 34, figure 1-7, match pretty good. I'm going to zoom out just a hair. Okay, and I'm on page 35. Is that it? I already worked this once, but I guess it is. Okay, now let's go save it. Right now it's called new one, right? We need to save it appropriately because we saw that the file name was tied to points, so we don't want to lose those points. We want to earn those points. We want to do, you have a whole bunch of things up here. See, this is actually a pretty powerful bit of software. This is one of the simpler ones as well. So file, I'm going to do save as, and there's your little keyboard shortcuts. I'm going to put it in my downloads folder. My strong suggestion is to create yourself a folder somewhere on your computer and put it there. I'm going to put it in my downloads. You know what? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go create myself a folder specifically for my webpage files. So where do I want to put it at? Let's put it in my documents folder. Do I want it there? Sure. I want to, no. Yeah, that sounds good. I'm just dithering all over the place today. Okay, new folder. I want to call it Web Design. Will that work? Yep, that'll work. Okay, now let's go save it. Now I have a specific place to save it so that I always know where to find it. If I create folders and put things always in the correct folder, then I don't have to go dig through 500 files. File, save as, and it's in the documents, and it's in that one. And I'm supposed to call it index with a lowercase I, not capital I, just index. And this one is an HTML file. Thank goodness they alphabetized them. Let's go down to the H's. Now, let's look. It doesn't say HTML. It says the full thing right here, and it gives you different extensions, but that is us. Okay? Location is good. File name is correct. File type is good. We're going to ignore anything else. Okay. And it converted it to code. Do you see this? What am I doing to it? Converted it to code. See the reds? Look here. Cool, right? All right, so let's go in. Is that it? Yeah, that's it. So let's go in and see what it looks like. Here is what it looks like once we're finished. It looks just like the book, correct? That is our notepad file, our text editor file. Now let's go in and actually look at it. And we know where we put it. If I can remember to click. Okay. Oh. Lots of weird things, right? What did I do to it? Did I do something freaky? Hang on, that's the wrong one. Here we go. I was like, where the hell did I put it? There it is. Where was I a while ago? Oh my gosh, my websites. Obviously, I use different software. I use NetBeans for one class, lots of different things. Yes. Fun times, right? Okay. Here we go. One file. And it looks right. Yes, it's an HTML file. I use Chrome, so that's the software it has associated with it. Let's just open it and look. and it opened it in Chrome. Let's look. There is our title. See our title? Here is our paragraph. Now watch this. Let's right click and go down to view page source again. Look at that. Look what you just did. Isn't that cool? It looks just like what we typed in. Okay, that is it. Make sure you submit the correct file and you are good to go. And I am going to see you online.